Hello, guys. Welcome to Magi Studios, and it is I, Devin, the creator of Magi Studios. All right, in this video, I wanted to talk about something a little more personal because it affects my life. And so, for those of you who do not know or cannot tell, number one, I am sick. So, I apologize for my voice if it sounds tired. Number two, I have ADHD, and I feel like that can making art is harder sometimes with ADHD. So let's talk about it. So if you have ADHD, you know that it's not necessarily about focusing and sitting down and getting the job done. You can get the job done. You typically always do when it counts. But when it comes to your own personal life and your own personal projects, you struggle to actually sit down and do the thing that you want to do. It's not that you can't, but something inside you is telling you not to. And I've done some research, and that is typically because of two things. People with ADHD have lower dopamine levels, and they struggle with avoidance a lot. Now, dopamine is typically seen as the happy hormone, but it is also the motivation hormone, the thing that keeps you going, the thing that gives you a drive to want to finish. Avoidance actually comes from the feelings of being overwhelmed, shame, rejection, and which tends to lead to procrastination or not doing the task at all. So, what do we do about this, and how do we fix it? For those with ADHD, our brains are just different. They're just wired literally differently. We lack a lot of dopamine to want to do things for motivation reasons, and well, we also happen to overthink things, leading us to procrastinate and feeling overwhelmed, not wanting to do things, right? So it's a double whammy right there. First, let's break down dopamine. Typically, when you have a dopamine spike, you're like motivated. I want to do this thing. I can do it. Yippee-ki-yay. And you go and do the thing. People with ADHD, it's a little bit different. We start the thing. We have this grandiose idea. We're like, oh, this could be a great idea. This is awesome. Let me go do it. Right? Not really sure on the game plan, not really sure on the steps that it takes to do the thing. We get started, and at the moment of resistance is when our dopamine drops way back down, and then we don't want to finish the task at hand anymore, or the project, or whatever it may be. So we lose all motivation because our dopamine drops back down. Now that leads me into our second problem, which is avoidance. Typically, people with ADHD since they don't struggle with focus, they actually struggle with overthinking something, right? Overthinking about a task, which would be the opposite of the first problem. The first problem, you don't think about it at all. The second problem, you overthink it. And so this leads to, what if it doesn't work? This leads to negative thoughts, a lot of negative thoughts. So what if it doesn't work? What if it goes wrong? What if anything goes awry? Which it will, right? And so that makes you not want to engage or do the project, do the art piece, do the task at hand that could be revolutionary. It's new, and that's new to you, right? It could change your life at that point. So how do we remedy this? How do we fix this? How do we, because this is how our brains naturally just want to work, can we rewire our brains? Can this be remedied so that we can, not just upkeep, but supersede the normal person? I think it is possible. I also think that some of the greatest minds that this world had to offer actually showed symptoms of having ADHD or, problems like us, me and you. And so I think we just got to figure out, how our brains operate to really unlock our potential. I'm going to come back to this idea of unlocking your potential because I think it's very important to keeping you motivated. Now, a lot of people online will tell you many ideas of, hey, just write a to-do list, write your reasons as to why you want to do this, make smart goals. And I found all those little tips and tricks don't help, especially someone like me who has ADHD. Now, we're not going to completely abandon the idea of smart goals, but we're going to tweak it for ourselves. And I think that right there is the smartest thing to do, is to steal like an artist. Now, I know for me, I'm a very tactile person. I like to physically write things down. They may not be you, but that's me. And I've learned that what has helped me stay more motivated and focused, wanting to stay focused, shall I say, is the aspect of writing goals or to-do lists based on energy levels. Like, if there's a project, what are all the steps that has to be done in order to complete the project? You write out that list. And then you get your big 3 things that must be done in order for the project to be good. It doesn't have to be perfect, but in order for it to be good, what are the things that need to be completed? And those are the things you will spend 80% of your time working on. I found, and those are the things, maybe typically that's what you want to do, right? Maybe you those are the things you want to do. You maybe you like making YouTube videos, you like the drawing aspect, right? Okay, cool. Let's spend more time drawing and not so much time coloring, right? Maybe YouTube videos. Maybe you like talking into the mic, but not so much time editing the actual video itself, right? So those are things maybe you don't enjoy, and you will spend less time on the things you enjoy and more time on the things you do. And because of your energy levels, you're not going to have 2 hours levels of, enough energy to complete something that maybe take 4 hours. And if you try to guess how long it takes, you're probably going to get it wrong. And once that happens, you're going to just say, I quit, because I couldn't get past this part. Do the bare minimum for the part that you don't want to do. Because your body is biologically wired to tell you, avoid the things you don't want to do. So you could get past the things you don't want to do to finish and enjoy the things you do. So that's where this system comes in place. So it allows you to just more so focus on your strengths and not so much your weaknesses, and being alert that there will be some shortcomings coming, within this project. So that's important to write. And then underneath that, I write out my why. Why am I doing something? Why should I do it? Why do I need to do it? What is the cost? What is the benefit to doing something? I saw a video by a therapist who spoke on this. He's a therapist for ADHD people, and he has a free PDF. There's tons of them online that basically, it's a square, talks about how to, sort out your thoughts on the cost and the benefit analysis of doing something. And when doing it, you'll find out the cost the cost is way less than you think, and the benefit is way more than you think, especially if you really take your time and do this. What I found was, in doing that, I realized I tried to make it more emotional. So the more emotional I put onto that paper of the benefits and the cost, the more I was like, I would look at it and it would become more, it would be more motivation for me to get the project done, even if I didn't want to continue doing it. Like this YouTube video, I had to do some research for it, and I had to try and practice, and I got things wrong and things didn't work out, and then I had to learn how to switch it, and even in the recording phase, a lot of things I didn't want to do, but I completed it because I saw what I wrote and I said, hey, that's more important to me than the alternative. And you have to write the alternative of that. For me, I'll be vulnerable here. For me, the cost, the benefit of doing this was Christ is someone who finishes something. The work is finished on the cross. He finished the work on the cross, and he will finish a good work in you, as it states in the Bible, right? The opposite of that is staying who you are, right? You want to become more Christ-like, or do you just want to become more flesh-like? And that to me was a telling sign that I should finish this. Even though I feel like I don't want to, I should finish this. And so I've actually finished reading a book with that same mentality. I've finished reading. I've started reading more manga and doing things that I like, and also doing things that I don't like taxes. So I found that to be very, very helpful. And using my own strengths, I know I can hyper-focus. I can lock in. I'm capable of doing that. And so I have a physical timer next to me, which can go up to 99 minutes, actually, which is pretty handy. But I really only need it to see how much time is going by without me realizing it. Because I can get locked in and start doing a thing, but if that starts messing up with my schedule for other things that I have to do, then that's a problem. So I have that timer to see, half my allotted time is gone. Whatever you set the timer for, if you want to set it for 60 minutes, an hour, whatever, right? Half my time is gone. Oops, let me kind of hurry up now, okay? Or maybe I put a pause on it now so that I can use the rest of my time later. And so it's just to kind of snap you back into reality, not so much to say, this is all the time you have on this. Because typically people with ADHD will hyper focus on one part of a problem. And that's not a bad thing. You just got to learn how to use it to your strengths and not allow that to interrupt other parts. I just want to say, if you made it this far in the video, I really appreciate you. I just want to thank you because not everyone made it this far. And so if you did, you're a real one. And if you're enjoying this content, please leave a like and a subscribe. It helps the algorithms and the YouTube stuff that I know nothing about. But if you made it this far, I'm actually going to give you a bonus tip, which is to sit up straight or stand up, one of the two. If you have the option to get a standing desk, I would say get it. If you don't, you want to go on the cheap side, just get a secondary screen. Secondary screens are very helpful, and just get a standing arm that will allow you to help you look up just a little bit. Not a whole lot, but just you're looking up a little bit and not shouldering down over your project, but your shoulders are expanding and looking upwards towards your project, just a little bit. It helps with that, your brain, the connection from your brain to the spinal cord and all that other sciencey whatnot stuff. I found it's not magic, it's not anything else. It's little makes sense science. So that's it for this video, guys. If you stuck around to the end, I really appreciate you. If this helped you at all, please leave a like, a subscribe, It's very helpful. Lets me know what type of content you guys are enjoying the most. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Hopefully by then I'm feeling better. Bye.